Prince Harry has been a busy bee since being back in the UK. We've seen him at engagements for Invictus Games Foundation and then also for WellChild. He has several engagements ahead. So we're going to cover what's happened so far in addition to what we discussed yesterday. So let's get started.
You need to hear that from me as well. Without you guys, there would be no consistency. Without you, we wouldn't be creating this incredible environment, this incredible community for competitors, athletes, families and friends across now 26 nations. Don't ever think that your contribution doesn't matter more than probably anybody else within this community.
Hey y'all, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today we have more Prince Harry updates, but before we get to that, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, and share, and let's get started. So our first topic is coming to us from Feminegra in an article titled, "I Was Completely Hooked. Prince Harry's 18-year commitment to WellChild shines through." Now this is in Feminegra, written by Miss Historian, of course. On Thursday, July 9th, Prince Harry visited Birmingham Children's Hospital in his role as patron of WellChild, marking the 20th anniversary of the very first WellChild Nurse. The role, created in 2006 and funded in part by Prince Harry, was designed to support children with complex medical needs and their families, coordinating care between the hospital and home. Here is what People reported. Prince Harry became patron of WellChild in 2007 and has continued to support the charity's work of improving the quality of life for seriously ill children and their families. He has continued to attend the organization's events, including the annual WellChild Awards in the UK, despite stepping back from his royal role in 2020 and relocating to California with Meghan, Sussex, and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana. Last year, Prince Harry attended the annual WellChild Awards on September 8th, my mom's birthday. Not necessary to know, just thought I'd share that, coinciding with the third anniversary of the death of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. In a speech there, he spoke about his long-standing connection to the charity. Quote, "I still remember my very first WellChild Awards 18 years ago. Before the beard, the hair, and you know how it is. I walked into the room, and within about 3 minutes, I realized two things. The love and energy in the room was palpable. So too was the unpredictability," he said. "And second, that I was completely hooked on it all," he continued. "This night has been a highlight of my year ever since. And it's all because of you guys, these children, this cause, and our WellChild community. Thank you for showing us the light when all too often darkness can consume us." Oh my God. He is such an orator. That is such a beautiful statement. Wow. The real story. Y'all know Feminegra and Miss Historian, they're going to pull out the real story. This is why I love them. It is genuinely sad that Prince Harry is doing this visit alone, especially since the original plan included Meghan Sussex beside him. She stood with him in Jordan and Australia earlier this year, supporting his work. But because of the ongoing security mess, media games, and royal family shenanigans, Prince Harry could not bring his wife and children to the UK. Y'all know I've been pissed about this for quite some time. There was this moment where I allowed a glimmer of hope. And of course, Charles and Co. made sure that they squashed that out, as they always do. I don't even know why I bother. His family should not have to be separated for him to do charitable work in his own country. Exactly. Yet Prince Harry's latest appearances are also a reminder that the press cannot stop him from showing up. I know that's right. What stands out in these photos is how natural he looks with people. There is warmth, laughter, and ease. He does not look crushed by the noise around him. He looks present, comfortable, and fully aware of why he is there. This is probably what makes his critics so angry. They want him broken, humiliated, or crawling back to the institution that keeps trying to control him. Instead, he keeps showing up for the causes he cares about. From Invictus to WellChild, and the people around him look genuinely happy to see him. The press tries to turn every UK visit into a royal psychodrama. Where's he staying? Will he meet Charles? Is he isolated? But then the picture comes out and he's just there, doing the work, refusing to perform the broken man narrative they keep writing for him. He outright called that narrative out several times. He literally said people want to see him unhappy, and he's just not. He is very happy with his life. Prince Harry came without his family because the security situation remains unacceptable. But he still came. He still worked. He still supported his patronages. I want to pause there too. If you knew, like, let's make a fair comparison. Prince Harry still showed up despite them trying to use his security, his safety, his very well-being, and that of his families as bargaining chips against him. They want him to acquiesce to all of their demands. You either come back here and let us abuse you, or we will try to get you killed. Those are the stipulations as set forth by the firm. That's the way I see it. I want them to prove me wrong. But he still does the work. He still shows up knowing everything that's at stake. He still shows up knowing the danger, what could happen, and what he's dealing with. All the time, they are putting more and more on this man's plate when he already has a very full plate and delivers so much. They do all of that to him, and he still shows up to do the work. I just want y'all to know that when it rains, I don't even bother to crank up my car. As a matter of fact, I've gotten into a point when I used to work, I would look out, and if the cloud looks slightly gray, I'm texting somebody like, hey, not going to be able to make it. Let's do remote today. Like, I'm going to leave. Like, I'm fickle as hell. And there are a lot of people who are like me. Now, thankfully, security isn't an issue of mine because I'm not a celebrity. But what I'm saying is the slightest inconvenience, and it's looking real iffy if I show up to work that day. Prince Harry is traveling the world on a damn near monthly basis, and he still shows up with the same fire and energy and passion and hard work and expertise. He goes above and beyond, not just for the causes, but for the people impacted by the causes themselves, no matter the expense, to every inch of his being. He is giving all of it to everything that he's dedicated himself to. And his family seems really hell-bent on making it as difficult as possible for him to show up for those in need. And I want to keep it in perspective. They're not just challenging Harry. They're not just trying to punish Harry. They are abusing the relationships between Harry and the people in need because they're trying to impede on the care that he helps to provide for them. This family, the firm, your royals, are trying to keep Harry from helping those in need. And it's not even like they're going to bother to help them too. They're not stepping up. They just don't want him to do it. They don't want to help people in need. And that's my takeaway. They're trying to get him killed, and they don't want to help people in need. I want them to prove me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong, and I want them to be decent. Anyway, let's turn this bookmark down. They can be brief, sneer, and recycle old gossip, but they cannot make him stop caring about the work that matters to him. And that might be the one thing they cannot forgive. I want to pause. Broken man, he is not. This man is happy to do what he's doing. He's happy to be where he is, and he is fully present. They cannot take his head out of the game. I remember a long time ago, someone said, when they can't control you, they try to get in your mind. And that is very true. When they can't stop you, when they can't control you, they try to take over your mind. So even though you're free, mentally, you're still stuck to them. You're still worried about what they're doing. You're worried about what they're thinking. You're worried about, oh, they're going to show up and bother me today. Are they going to put me in harm's way? They want you stressed out. They want you mentally maxed out. They want you to not be present. They want you on edge. They want you panicking. He's none of those things. Not only can you not control him, but you can't get control of his mind. You cannot condition him to accept your bullshit. They are big mad about that. And I love that he doesn't care one way or the other, because this is what Prince Harry cares about. And for our next topic, this one was so exciting to see. I actually didn't know any details about this before I saw the video. There's an Invictus train. There is an Invictus train. They have wrapped a train with the Invictus logo and the slogan. It is so cool. We're going to get into it. So we're going to be reading this article from People magazine written by Simon Perry and Stephanie Pettit, titled Prince Harry's Invictus Games Foundation unveils a special mode of transportation to mark 1 year countdown to the next event. It is a very cool train, by the way. As the 1 year countdown to the 2027 Invictus Games gets underway this week, with Prince Harry returning to the UK for a series of related engagements, a specially branded train was unveiled on Thursday, July 9th. I hope I get to ride on this train, y'all. The London Northwestern Railway previously announced a collaboration with the Invictus Games Foundation for the train in support of next year's Invictus Games in Birmingham. Spectators hailing from around the world are expected to attend the Invictus Games Birmingham, hosted at the city's National Exhibition Center and Sandwell Aquatics Center next summer. Last month, the public was invited to help name the train. Y'all, I missed all that. I had a lot going on last month, but I missed all that. I didn't even know we could participate. Maybe I'm not the public that they had in mind. Last month, the public was invited to help name the train with a vote between the spirit of Invictus, the William Ernest Henley, after the author of the Invictus poem, Unconquered and Master of My Fate, J.J. Chalmers, a broadcaster and Invictus Games veteran, unveiled the winning name. The spirit of Invictus on the platform at London's Euston station before its inaugural journey. Now, I will say the spirit of Invictus just makes more sense. Now, I can understand why they would want the author of the poem, but I do also understand why spirit of Invictus just made more sense. The train will move around the UK's railway network over the coming years. So this is a whole year of promotion for Invictus. This is huge. This is huge. I want to ride this train. Y'all, if you ride this train, if you even touch the train, let me know. Please tag me in any photos or share any photos with me on social media. I want to see how many people are interacting with this train. This is so cool. Chalmers, a former Royal Marine, was among the first British team in 2014, winning gold in cycling. Oh, wow. Quote, I've done the game since the start, and today is the closest to that 2014 feeling that I've had, he tells people. Our home games is like nothing else. You just feel such pride and ownership for the thing. I can imagine. Now I feel kind of bad saying that they shouldn't have had it there, but my reasoning for that was because I wanted the whole Sussex family to be able to engage. Quote, this is the next level up because this is my community coming to a city that means so much to me. Aww. He was initially treated in Birmingham for his injuries incurred when an IED exploded in Afghanistan in 2011. Quote, when I was blown up, I closed my eyes, dying on the floor in Afghanistan. And when I opened them a week later, 25,000, Jesus, Sharion, 2,500 miles away in Birmingham, I went, what is this place? It took me a long time to really appreciate exactly what that place was. The most remarkable hospital with the most remarkable staff who were on the absolute cutting edge of keeping people who should die alive. I think there's a comma needed there, and giving them a life beyond it. He adds, the idea is that this train will roll around the country, enabling people to see this unbelievable brand. But that means nothing without what's actually inside. And what it actually is a cohort of unbelievable people who served, sacrificed, and they are the brand. This is a 200-yard long physical manifestation of that. Wow. Talk about putting things into perspective. Wow. There it is, y'all. That's beautiful. Oh, I hope I get to ride this train, y'all. Oh my gosh. I might just cry. Y'all know I get sentimental. Ever since I hit my 30s, I cry over everything. Johnny Ball, an Army veteran and competitor in the 2023 Invictus Games, tells people the Invictus community knows no national flag, actually because it reaches across international boundaries. That's it. The great unifier, Prince Harry. We're united by service. That is what we all have in common. Then you have the other layer, which is a commonality in overcoming something that's been sent to overcome. Quote, you share the highs and the lows of your recovery. So sometimes recovery can be really lonely, but what Invictus gives you is that you're alone no more, and your family are alone no more, because there are other families as well. That is what community gives you. A few times we've discussed how impactful the Invictus community have been and the Invictus Games Foundation have been as far as garnering community outside of the games themselves. And I've talked about how impactful and important that is. And you hear that reflected in all of the competitors and their families' voices when they speak about Invictus and what it means to them. Ball added that Prince Harry deserves an enormous amount of credit for putting together the Invictus Games. Y'all, he saved lives with the games. What Prince Harry has done is change the face of what it means to be a veteran. We are younger. We are in your communities. We are a national asset. We're at the school gates. We're in your NHS. We're in your local companies. And that is what, through the power and the magic of the vehicle of sport and Prince Harry's enthusiasm of this, then we have a different relationship with our veterans too. Oh. Prince Harry, who served in the British Army, created the Invictus Games after being inspired by the U.S. Warrior Games, another adaptive sporting competition for service personnel and veterans. The first Invictus Games was held here in London in 2014, and the Birmingham event will mark its return to the UK. The Invictus Games have also been held in Orlando, Toronto, Sydney, The Hague, slated for 2020 but delayed until 2022 amid the coronavirus pandemic, Dusseldorf, and Vancouver Whistler. Harry is in the UK this week for a series of events tied to the Invictus Games 1 year to go countdown. Thank you so much for watching the Sharion Sade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. It's great to see that Prince Harry is just continuing on with the work that he came to the UK to do. He is not letting any of those monkeys in the firm stop his show, not his circus, not his circus, not his monkeys. He's got work to do. The people in need who need Prince Harry and the work that he does are his priority. His family is his priority. Prince Harry is doing the thing, and he is holding the reputation of the monarchy on his back despite it trying to harm him. It's just insane to me that the credibility the monarchy still retains rests with the Sussexes. The rest of them don't even realize that the only royals who give the monarchy a good name are Harry, Meghan, Prince Archie, Princess Lilibet. The rest of the royals, they don't work. They're all about themselves and their ego. They treat people like peasants. They treat themselves as if they're better than everyone else, and they don't give back. Their engagements and the number of engagements they've done a year have only continued to dwindle, and they were already abysmal when the Queen was alive. It's absolutely insane that Princess Anne and Queen Elizabeth II were the only two royals outside of the Sussexes who gave a damn and did the work. Now that Queen Elizabeth II is gone, it's Princess Anne and the Sussexes holding it together the best they can. And the monarchy is doing its damnedest to try to impede on the Sussexes and the work that they do and the help that they offer to so many people. It's a shame. It's wonderful to see Prince Harry still doing the work despite all of the inconveniences they've gone out of their way to try to create for him. He just sticks with it and keeps going, and he's not going to stop. Kudos to him. They're only exemplifying his tenacity and his resilience, and all of the things that they try to do to create obstacles, he's continuously overcoming them and surpassing them and showing the world that he's actually doing it because he cares. They're only helping to improve his already pristine reputation on the world stage. Now, I have to end this with a quote from Prince Harry that was also included in the People magazine article that's linked below under sources. It says, quote, "The Duke recently told Time magazine that creating the Invictus Games combined his desire to give back to veterans with his longtime love of sports. Quote, sport held me together. Harry, who grew up playing rugby, soccer, cricket, and polo, said, quote, I was one of those kids at school who did not enjoy classroom work. If it wasn't for the sports field and the amount of sports that were on offer, there's no way I would have stayed in school." And I shared that quote yesterday as well. But I love that they brought that back because, again, Prince Harry consistently, especially as depicted throughout Spare, he consistently channels things that challenge him. He uses those things that challenge him to make himself better and to use them to give back to the world. He's an alchemist. You cannot stop an alchemist. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Kudos to Prince Harry, the Invictus Games Foundation, WellChild. Congrats to everyone who is just doing the work to help those in need. I'm so happy to see it, and I'm so happy that Prince Harry is using his global platform to shine a light on those doing the work, himself included. So that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share so that more people can find us. Oh yeah, don't forget to hype me up. Anytime I push the hype button, and I push it on other channels, like if I like a video, I go ahead and just hype it up. Anytime I push the hype button, for some reason, my brain just goes. That's how y'all know I'm an 80s baby and a 90s kid. The roof. As soon as I hit the hype button, that's what I do. I can't help it. What do you want me to do? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hype, and share, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.